It's 11:47 p.m. You walk into the living room and your stomach drops. The corner of your couch is shredded. Foam is scattered across the rug like snow. And your dog, the same dog who was curled up so peacefully an hour ago, is sitting there looking at you with those big, innocent eyes, as if to say, I have no idea what happened here. Maybe it's not the couch. Maybe it's your favorite pair of shoes. Maybe it's a door frame, a table leg, a remote control that's now in 17 pieces on the floor. You've tried yelling. You've tried sprays that promised miracles. You've tried giving up an entire drawer of toys just to buy yourself a few minutes of peace. And still, the chewing continues. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone, and you are not failing as a pet owner. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why dogs chew the way they do, the common mistakes that quietly make the problem worse, 5 gentle and genuinely effective home strategies that veterinarians and trainers actually recommend, and 1 simple daily routine you can start using today to protect both your dog and your home. First, we'll look at what's really going on inside your dog's brain and body when they chew. Then, we'll walk through the mistakes that even the most loving owners make without realizing it. After that, I'll walk you through 5 practical, safe strategies you can start using immediately. And finally, I'll give you 1 simple daily system to keep this problem from coming back. Let's start with the most important question. Why do dogs chew in the first place? Why dogs chew? Chewing isn't bad behavior. It's not your dog being spiteful, and it's not a sign that they don't respect you. Chewing is one of the most natural behaviors a dog has. It's built into them the same way scratching is built into a cat. For puppies, chewing often relates to teething. Between about 3 and 6 months of age, puppies lose their baby teeth and grow their adult set. This process can cause real discomfort in the gums, and chewing on firm objects helps relieve that pressure, the same way a human toddler might chew on a teething ring. For adult dogs, the reasons shift. Chewing can be a way of relieving boredom, releasing pent-up energy, soothing anxiety, or simply exploring the world. Dogs experience much of their environment through their mouths, the same way we might pick something up and turn it over in our hands. A new smell, a new texture, a new object on the floor. To a dog, the natural response is often to investigate it with their teeth. There's also an emotional layer here that many owners don't expect. Chewing can be self-soothing. Much like a person might tap their foot or bite a pen when they're anxious, dogs often chew to manage stress, especially separation-related stress when they're left alone. Understanding this changes everything about how we respond. This isn't a dog being bad, it's a dog communicating a need, whether that's physical relief, mental stimulation, or emotional comfort, in the only language they have. The mistakes many loving owners make. Now here's what surprises a lot of pet owners. Most of the common responses to destructive chewing don't actually solve the problem. Let's walk through them, because understanding why something doesn't work is just as important as knowing what does. Mistake 1. Punishing after the fact. Many loving pet owners come home, see the damage, and scold their dog on the spot. The problem is that dogs live very much in the present moment. If the chewing happened 20 minutes or even 2 minutes before you walked in, your dog cannot connect your frustration to the act itself. What they do learn is that your arrival home is sometimes followed by tension, which can actually increase anxiety and, ironically, increase chewing over time. Mistake 2. Giving old shoes or household items as chew toys. This one feels logical, but it quietly backfires. If you hand your dog an old sneaker to chew on, you haven't taught them that shoes are off limits. You've taught them that shoes, as a category, are fair game. Your dog has no way of distinguishing your worn-out sandals from your work shoes by the door. Mistake 3. Relying only on verbal correction. Saying no in the moment can interrupt the behavior, but on its own, it doesn't teach your dog what to do instead. Without redirection, the behavior often just moves to a new object once your back is turned. Mistake 4. Assuming more toys automatically solves it. A pile of toys sounds like a solution, but if a dog is chewing out of anxiety or understimulation, toys alone, especially the same toy left out day after day, often aren't enough. Dogs, much like people, can become desensitized to something that never changes. Mistake 5. Using harsh chemical deterrent sprays without guidance. Some products marketed to stop chewing contain strong concentrations of unpleasant-tasting chemicals. Used without care, these can occasionally cause stomach upset if ingested in larger amounts, and some dogs are sensitive to the ingredients. This doesn't mean deterrent sprays are off the table. It means the type and use of the product matters, which we'll cover shortly. None of these mistakes make you a bad pet owner. They make you a normal one, doing your best with the information you had. Now let's talk about what actually works. The 5 veterinarian-approved home strategies. This is the part of the video I really want you to take notes on, because these 5 strategies work together as a system, not as isolated tricks. Strategy 1. Rotate. Don't just provide chew toys. Instead of leaving every toy out all the time, keep 3 to 4 toys in circulation and rotate them every few days. Put the rest away in a closed bin. When a forgotten toy reappears, it feels new again to your dog. This taps into natural curiosity and keeps mental engagement high, which reduces the drive to seek out novelty elsewhere, like your furniture. Choose toys appropriate for your dog's size and chewing strength, and always supervise new toys the first few times to see how your dog interacts with them. Vet tip: if your dog can bite off small pieces of a toy, remove it immediately. Swallowed fragments can occasionally cause digestive blockages, which is a genuine emergency. If your dog ever seems to have swallowed something they shouldn't have, contact your veterinarian right away. Strategy 2. Use frozen enrichment as a calming outlet. Filling a rubber puzzle toy with a small amount of plain, unsweetened, unseasoned pet-safe food, like a spoonful of plain canned pumpkin or a little unsalted broth, and freezing it turns mealtime into mental work. The cold temperature also soothes sore gums and teething puppies, and the slow, methodical licking and gnawing has a naturally calming effect on the nervous system, similar to how a slow, repetitive task can calm an anxious person. Safety note: always check that any food you use is fully pet-safe. Avoid anything containing xylitol, chocolate, onion, garlic, or grapes, and avoid excessive fat content, especially in dogs with a history of digestive sensitivity. When in doubt, ask your veterinarian what's appropriate for your individual dog. Strategy 3. Increase physical and mental exercise before high-risk hours. Many dogs chew most destructively during specific windows, right when owners leave for work, or in the evening when energy has built up all day. A tired dog, mentally and physically, is far less likely to seek out destructive outlets. A 20-minute walk, a game of fetch, or a short training session before you leave the house can meaningfully lower chewing behavior during that vulnerable window. This isn't about exhausting your dog, it's about giving that natural energy somewhere healthy to go. Strategy 4. Use pet-safe bitter deterrent products correctly. Bitter tasting sprays formulated specifically for pets. Look for ones labeled non-toxic and veterinarian recommended. Can help redirect chewing away from furniture and cords. The key word is specifically formulated for pets. Apply it to a small hidden area first to check for any reaction, and reapply as directed on the product since scent and taste fade over time. This isn't a punishment tool. It's a gentle boundary working alongside, not instead of, the other strategies here. Strategy 5. Create a safe, structured space during unsupervised time. When you can't actively supervise, a puppy-proofed room or a comfortably sized crate that your dog has been positively introduced to can prevent access to tempting objects altogether. Think of this less like confinement and more like a toddler-proofed room. It's not about restriction, it's about removing the opportunity for an unsafe or costly mistake while your dog is still learning. Vet tip: crates should always be associated with positive experiences. Never used as punishment, and should be sized appropriately so your dog can stand, turn around, and lie down comfortably. Here's why this 5-part system works so much better than any single trick. It addresses the physical need to chew, the mental need for stimulation, the emotional need for calm, and the environmental opportunity for mistakes, all at once. Most single remedies only address one piece of that puzzle, which is why they often feel like they stop working. If you've ever dealt with this with your own dog, whether it was a puppy going through teething or an adult dog with an anxious streak, I'd genuinely love to hear your experience in the comments. Every dog's story is a little different, and hearing what worked for others often helps the whole community. When it's more than just chewing, before we move to your daily routine, one important distinction. Occasional chewing on an inappropriate object is common and usually manageable at home. But there are situations that call for professional veterinary or behavioral support. Chewing that seems to escalate no matter what you try. Chewing paired with drooling, pacing, or panic, specifically when you leave the house, which can point to separation anxiety. Chewing at their own skin, paws, or tail, which is a different issue and may signal allergies, pain, or parasites. Sudden onset of destructive chewing in a previously calm adult dog, which is always worth a veterinary check to rule out an underlying medical cause. These situations aren't emergencies in themselves, but they are signals that this may need a more personalized plan than home strategies alone can offer. Your veterinarian can help you figure out whether you're dealing with a behavioral pattern, an anxiety condition, or something medical underneath it. Your daily chew prevention routine. Here's the simple system to carry with you after this video ends. I call it the Daily Chew Prevention Routine, and it takes less than 5 minutes to set up each day. Morning, a short walk or active play session before you leave the house. Before you leave, one rotated toy or a frozen enrichment item placed in your dog's safe space. Midday, if possible, a quick check-in, even just stepping outside for a few minutes. Evening, a second toy rotation and a calm wind-down activity, like slow sniffing walks or gentle training games. Ongoing, reapply pet-safe deterrent spray to problem areas weekly and rotate toys every few days. That's it. 5 simple touch points repeated consistently, day after day, bringing it all together. Let's step back for a moment. Your dog isn't chewing your couch because they don't love you, or because they're trying to punish you, or because something is fundamentally wrong with them. They're chewing because it's a natural, instinctive behavior that's currently meeting a need, physical, mental, or emotional, in the only way they know how. Your job isn't to eliminate that instinct, it's to gently redirect it, using rotation, enrichment, exercise, safe deterrence, and a little structure. Do that consistently, and most dogs show real improvement within a matter of weeks. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to catch every mistake or execute this routine flawlessly every single day. Small, consistent habits, repeated with patience, are what actually protect your home and your dog's well-being over the long run. If you enjoy veterinarian-approved pet health education like this, subscribe for new videos every week. Together, we'll help our pets live longer, healthier, happier lives.